Click, record. He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. I'm a professional podcaster. And this is not another shooting show. We go to Bloomington, I think, Indiana? Yeah, Bloomington, Indiana, where two men have been arrested after one of them allegedly accidentally shot himself. Now, this story I'm not using because the shooting themselves story is that great. It's because the writing is so fucking bad in this TV news story, or actually radio news story from WJBC, or actually it came from WMBD TV, because they use the word allegedly a lot. The Bloomington Police Department were called to the 2200 block of Rainbow Avenue at 7:16 a.m. on Saturday, January 4th, to report some gunfire. When police arrived, they saw 19-year-old Jamie Weaver, who was allegedly holding a handgun with a defaced serial number, according to Officer Bryce Jansen. In a nearby apartment, police found 18-year-old Daniel Davis with an alleged non-life-threatening self-inflicted gunshot wound. An alleged non-life-threatening injury. So it might be a life-threatening injury, but they're just afraid to say it's a non-life-threatening injury. So they're just calling it an alleged non-life-threatening injury. Jesus. It was allegedly sustained while handling the same firearm. That's in the same sentence. Alleged is in the same sentence twice in this story. That's why it's in here. Davis was taken to a hospital to receive treatment before being taken to the McLean County Jail, allegedly. When the police allegedly found Weaver, he was allegedly trying to remove the weapon from the house. I only added one allegedly to those two sentences. Weaver and Davis, both of Bloomington, were arrested on a slew of charges, which they misspelled slew as well. Fucking A. This is why I'm ready for the apocalypse, because slew is spelled S-L-O-U-G-H, not S-L-E-W, you dumb fuck. Anyway, they were... Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Slew is a word, S-L-E-W. Turn or slide violently or uncontrollably in a particular direction. I didn't know that that was actually a word spelled that way, but that's not the word they used. They were using S-L-O-U-G-H, like a rainy, wet, or not rainy, but a wetland. Anyway, that story's dumb. Let's move on with the Patreon show. So, we're well lubricated. Aimpoint and Glock did a collab.
They did.
This is a thing that could have never happened before Gas and Glock died.
Because Glock is perfection, and any
they
change
didn't
to it
need
is
no
wrong.
fucking Aimpoint. They would have had the Glock dot before they ever had a collaboration with a company that makes dots.
Right.
So they did this collaboration with Aimpoint, and honestly, if it wasn't an Aimpoint, I would be jizzing all over this thing. Like,
oh, yeah.
I think it's really cool. Like what they did gun-wise for this. The rear sight is removable by screws. It's super slim instead of being a dumb, plastic rear sight. Because there's a lot of police departments that they want both, they want to have the redundant iron sights. Okay, whatever.
Yep.
They screw in, which some people think screws are dumb. I currently have a dovetailed front sight on a Beretta slide that falls out with finger pressure. So, and I didn't do it. Langdon Tactical did. So, I just hate the Aimpoint dots because they cost $8,000 and they eventually will have moisture inside the dot. So, inside the housing. Yeah. Other than that, I think it's cool as hell.
Well, and I'm shocked that it took this long for them to embrace like the full. This gun is made to put a dot on. So they've had the core system from MMP and the MOS system for Glock, and everyone else has come out with their version of a mounting system for dots. Glock was the first out the gate being like, this gun is built for this dot and this dot alone.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Which is perfect for Glockenspiels are for cops. and Aimpoints make the administration for cops go, this will work. This will totally work.
Yes. They have government pricing.
They have very government pricing.
Yes.
For us as shooters, they're not the best dots to use.
No.
They tend to have a small window, and they're not the most user-friendly dot. But if you think that you're going to be a Navy SEAL and diving to 200 meters and on a mini submarine or whatever and invading Panama, or hey, we might be.
If we could be invading Panama, it might happen.
Right. So you may need your
Panama
Glockenspiel.
and Canada, look the fuck out.
Right, and Greenland because fuck our allies.
Yeah.
Like we're taking it back.
Denmark.
We're going on tour and
we're taking Greenland back. Yeah.
Nothing bad has ever happened when you piss off a Dane.
Oh, yes. Let's become an empire again. That worked out great for the British and the Romans.
Yes. Yep. Going back on tour, that'll we'll make all the friends. But so when you're invading Panama and you've been dropped off into the Gulf of America because God damn it. Fucking A.
It's so funny.
It's so funny, but it's so terrifying at the same time. So when you've been dropped off into the Gulf of America with your Glockenspiel on your hip and you have your Aimpoint on it, it'll be mounted properly like it always should have been.
Yes.
Every gun company at this point, we should have already come up with the universal mount. That we haven't is stupid.
Yes.
But they should have like 2 or 3 slides. It's like, hey, this one's cut for RMRs. This one's cut for Aimpoints. This one's cut for these. And it's just because no one switches. You never fucking switch.
There should be 3 types. 3 types. Because they're sort of the 3 that have been the go-tos. And I'm just talking about full-size guns and full-size dots. The Aimpoint, because it is pretty different from all the rest. The RMR, SRO, Trijicon pattern, and the Loophole Delta Point pattern. Like those 3. The rest of them, fucking quit. Pick one of those 3.
Yep. Yeah. And you should make your slides for that dot. Stop being like, oh, we have a universal mounting. Right. That
like Smith & Wesson, you want a SKU for every Tom, Dick, and Harry of you got a performance center and you got a this and you got a that. No, make one that takes Aimpoints, make one that takes Trijicons, and make one that takes Delta Points.
Yep,
done.
And out the door, or be like, hey, we're Glock, we accept Aimpoint. End of conversation. And you're like, okay, cool. You picked your horse. Awesome. SIG, you guys did the Loophole. Cool. All dots that go on a SIG are a Loophole. And they all have, but like that has taken this long because dots became viable.
It's been about 10 years.
About 10 years. And this is one of the first guns to come out with hey, we are building this with this dot in mind. I think Smith & Wesson probably can claim the Shield RMS as kind of the first one I guess SIG came out with the SIG Romeo as part of their...
They were doing some with Delta Point patterns.
Right, but when they first released the 320s, I remember you used to be able to buy them with like the SIG Romeo already attached, like...
Oh.
But yeah, so it's like, why is it taking so long for them to be like, hey, we're also going to assume that this dot is going to be mounted on a pistol, so we're just going to build a slot for it. And the interesting thing for the Glock is they're undercutting the slide in the front to give the dot a place to kind of wedge into.
Yeah. No, I mean that dot is not coming loose. Like other dots and patterns have bosses for them to go into. This is literally a wedge in the slide for this, and it's a specific Aimpoint site. It's not just the whatever their mailbox site is, right? Or is it made for that?
No, I think it's 100% this dot. Like,
oh wait, no. the package comes with a pre-installed Aimpoint COA red dot. So this isn't just a collab for this to buy. Like, it comes with the dot.
Right. They're selling a complete package.
Yeah.
Which means it's probably going
and it does, and like Jeff just said, it wedges underneath. Like, there's a cutout in the front of the optic cut where the metal of the slide overlaps the metal of the dot on the fore end. So it is very, very, it's a great concept. I will say this, though. HoloSun did come out with some dots that were specifically for guns. Like, they came out with, I think they were the SCS. They were like those solar only, whatever those models were. Like, they fit the Glock MOS slide. They fit like whatever was on the slide for a core or whatever.
Gotcha.
Same thing for a P320. So HoloSun actually kind of already did this first from their end. Glock's the first company to do it for a dot. So that's pretty cool. I mean, well, I guess they're not the first because SIG does, like the M17 is already cut for an Delta Point. So I guess they're not the first, but the first to sell it with the dot.
Right.
But it's a $700 dot, so it's going to make the gun cost like twice as much, literally.
Yeah, I've been looking through the website. It's a very flashy website with no pricing on it because that's always a great way to do it. But
are you talking about Glock's website?
Yep. Because technically I'm on the European Glock website, so that's interesting. The Aimpoint's not even on the American Aimpoint website, so available for order January 20th. That's when SHOT Show is.
Yeah.
So based off of what we know, it's probably going to be a $1,200 pistol, which is what you'd spend anyways if you were buying a Glock and then buying a plate and then buying the dot. Like, you're probably looking at $1,200. So you're just getting it all done for you, which is nice.
I'm on Gunbroker and I'm searching Glock X Aimpoint, and I'm seeing nothing except MOS Aimpoint plates. So that's not helpful. But they're not out there yet, but I think it's a great idea. I love how, like, if you look at Glock's website, like, that dot is sitting low in the slide. Like, they cut that thing all the way down till there's enough metal between that and the striker channel. And Glocks have very little going on in their slide anyway. So, like, they can cut way down into that slide to get it as low as possible. Other guns have a lot more shit going on, especially hammer fired guns, but yeah, that's the thing that's interesting about, like, a PO7 and a Glock 17 or 47. The slides are the same length,
right?
Like, or the gun is the same length, because the PO7, which is allegedly Glock 19 sized, it's actually more Glock 17 sized, but the barrel is a lot shorter. It's a sub 4-inch barrel, but between the beaver tail and all the extra parts for the hammer system, it makes the gun longer. And the Glock striker system just allows for more barrel in a smaller package. So it's, like a full size M&P, that barrel is a 1/4 inch longer than a Glock 19. The Glock 17 is another 1/4 inch longer. It's a full 4.5 inch barrel. So anyway, no, it's super interesting product. It's going to change what the big pistol companies do. Because now they're going to be, I think at first they're all going to be making deals with one optic company,
Yep.
Like, I have a feeling somebody is Vortex and Trijicon are probably next on the list of, okay, because honestly, Loophole hasn't done shit with pistol dots in years. So
right.
They're kind of old and busted, but between Trijicon and Vortex, I think those two are probably pistol companies are trying to line themselves up with those, and we'll see what happens, but I think it's pretty cool. Did you fix a gun, Jeff? What?
I have attempted to. So
You took a gun apart? Like, beyond just like field stripping?
No. I'm not gonna lie there.
Oh,
so
okay.
from our story from Wednesday, when Steven pulled up to retrieve his ammunition, he was actually listening to the podcast. And it was at the point where I said that I'm going to take this year seriously and try to make GM. And I proceeded to fight for 4 times in 1 week, and now my forearms are fried, so I haven't been able to dry fire. But I said, you know what? You need to mount this fucking dot, like this dot, the Hollow Sun that has been technically on one of my practice guns for a very long time.
You mean the 507 comp I sent you months ago?
Almost a year ago.
Yeah.
Yes. It's been sitting on my practice gun, but I hadn't Loctited it, and I've just been sitting there.
Oh God.
ADHD is fun, guys. It's awesome.
Wait, the screws that come with it have Loctite on it.
Well,
like they come with blue Loctite on them.
Vince recommended another thing, and I'm not, and so I applied that, and so it's currently curing right now. I don't know if I did it right, and then I got to go re-zero the dot. But I have done the first fix of what is probably likely going to be many fixes, because even with like when Steven and Lane and Nick all handle my gun and go, yeah, no, this doesn't feel safe. I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's fine. It's like, okay, I'm going to sit down. I got to get all the guns fixed, and then I got to get all the ammunition reloaded. I've got 2 months. My goal is to get 15 or 20,000 rounds loaded in the next 2 to 3 months, and then we go. Then we ride. So I've attempted to get one gun up and running. We'll see how those results vary. I accidentally had grabbed the wrong. I had 2 different size screws in the gun.
Oh,
in the dot.
That's a problem.
Right, and I was like, why is this one not going all the way in, but this one is just locked in? And then and then I took the one out, and the dot was still like locked in, like wasn't moving. I'm like, oh, cool. And then so I Loctited that one and put it in, and then I took the other one out that was like holding it in, and it got really loose. And I'm like, ruh-roh, we have found an error. And I was like, that one looks way shorter. So I took the other one out, and I'm like, oh no, they are different size screws. Fuck. Luckily, in the container, I found the other screw. So hopefully I did it right. If not, Vince is going to be receiving some guns here pretty fucking soon.
That's funny. What you were talking about reminded me of something. I saw Range Panda. What the hell is his name? Eric Steiner.
Eric Steiner. Yep.
Yeah, I just bought his primer catcher for $650. It's a wonderful product. He was posting. He made a couple of posts on Instagram this week, and he's joking, but he's also being serious at the same time. How are the dots going to fare on L10 major guns?
Yep.
40 major, because Tanfo Timmy is shooting Great Plains. What's that?
Oh, I was going to say Tanfo Timmy took that personally because he was making memes straight back at him.
Oh, was he? I missed him. He's shooting Great Plains and he's shooting L10. And after he decided to do that, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm shooting L10 in Great Plains. So at best I'll get second place, but I might be the second shooter, like, I don't know. Like, he and I both think it's cool. I do think it's cool. Like, 10 round, 40 major with a dot. It sounds really fun. But will the dots survive?
Right.
Is the question. That's what Eric was kind of making fun of is, well, we're going to find out how dots survive on 40 major guns.
Right, because slides would crack on 40 major guns. And so we'll definitely the durability tests that all the tactards love, like, oh, will this thing survive the frozen wasteland of Greenland? We're going to figure it out today. We'll figure out if it can deal with 40 major. And I think it'll be an interesting experiment. That he'll I figure Tanfo will probably figure it out within training, whether dots are like 500 round disposable, or if it's like, no, instead of 50,000 rounds, it's 40,000 rounds. You're like, all right, that doesn't make a fucking difference.
I'm going to test it out mostly because my Glock 20, the 10 millimeter Glock, has a dot on it. It's got a Holosun 407 on it, and I can shoot 40 through that gun. And it's got a really, really heavy recoil spring.
Right.
And that is a thing that Eric pointed out in one of his memes was everybody's looking for 20-pound recoil springs so that their dots survive. And that's a thing I'm going to do when I go to shoot major, when I switch barrels back to 40 in my TAC Sport for that, I'm going to put in a heavier recoil spring.
Yep.
Just to try to help save the wear and tear on the dot, because I've got a 507 comp on it, and they're like, I've got two of them, one on a Shadow 2, one on a TAC Sport. The Shadow 2 hasn't seen a lot of rounds. Excuse me. But I've shot a couple hundred on, or actually probably not even a couple hundred, probably about 100 on the Glock 20, a 10 millimeter gun, and the Holosun's holding up on that so far. But again, that's 100 rounds of 10 millimeter, so that's not a whole lot. But
yeah, I mean,
anyway,
it still punches around. You talking reminded me. Someone commented on I'm in a Shadow 2 group because I'm an idiot, and some dude's like, "Oh, hey, like what dot should I put on my Shadow 2?" And I'm like, "Hey, SROs. That's what everyone who runs a gun hard uses." And this dude like got mad at me, and he's like,
you suggested a $550 dot,
right? And he's like, "Oh, look at you, fucking like just flaunting your wealth and da-da-da." I'm like, the fuck is this conversation? We're talking about $1,000 guns here. Like, we're not. I'm not recommending an SRO for a high point. Like, we're putting this on a Shadow 2 here. And he's like, "Oh," and I finally had to be like, "Dude, I'm recommending this because I have shot the living fuck out of mine and they work great. And 507 comps are new. I mean, they're what, 3 years old?
Yeah, the jury's still out on them. Like,
right.
We don't know that they're bulletproof yet or not. Like, the
right.
SROs, like, you're pretty safe getting an SRO for a heavy use gun.
Yeah, 100%. Like, if I have a gun that I'm like, hey, I want this dot to work no matter what, I'm putting a fucking SRO on it. And it's like, but it was just remarkable to me that no matter where you go, you will find someone who will take whatever you say personally. Because this dude got like offended when I was like, "Bro, you are not understanding what I'm saying. I am saying I have a lot of experience running guns hard, and I found that SROs are very reliable. I keep them they've worked well for me. I haven't run a 507 comp. I don't know a lot of people who have run 507 comps super hard." And he's like, "Oh, look, you're just some fucking pampered blah blah blah." I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude! Like, I'm just trying to give this like, and the guy commenting is not the guy asking the original question.
Was this? Oh, so it was an internet comment. It wasn't someone you personally know.
No one would talk like that to me in person. The as Mike Tyson once said, the internet has taught a lot of people, or helped a lot of people forget what it's like to get punched in the mouth.
Yeah. No, for sure. The Holosun stuff for the most part, like, I've had one Holosun take a shit, and it was on a low use gun, like it was a 507C, like the regular sized 507, and the center dot reticle took a shit, but the ring worked all the time. And I sent it in, they replaced it, no big deal. The other one I sent in, apparently they sent the same one back. I think I was doing something wrong personally. It wasn't me. It wasn't them, it was me.
Right. And Holosun, like, I have one, other than the 507 comp, I have one Holosun that I got from Lane, drink, and he ran his first 407. Is 407 the one with only the dot?
The 407 and 507 are the exact same optic, but the 507 has the ring.
Okay.
The 507 is dumb unless you want the ring.
Right. So I think I have the 407. His first one survived 40,000 rounds. The next 3 didn't make it past 5,000 rounds. And so it's like, very, very wildly different. Like,
yeah, they're not as bulletproof as the Trijicons, but they're
But if you get a lucky one, you can go 40,000 rounds and the thing
Yeah.
runs fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Or you might get one that's like, oh yeah, he's fired 500 rounds and it broke, and you're like, fuck.
But going 5,000 rounds is better than 500 rounds. You know.
Correct.
And they back them up. Like if there's something wrong with it, they'll fix it or replace it. So.
Oh yeah, their warranty's great.
Yeah, warranty's really good. I found another reason why the Garmin Chronograph is the fucking cat's ass.
Okay.
It's unbelievable. I'm so glad I bought it. But if you want to know what that is, I'm afraid you're going to have to join the Patreon. Patreon.com/notanother shooting show. Yes, I've had that much Buffalo Trace tonight where I said shooting show. It's only $357 a month. $357 a month. A month. Less than a venti mocha macchiato whatever bullshit you get at Starbucks. $357 a month. You get an extra show every single week. Well, everybody gets a little bit of an extra show, but you get a second full show every single week. Patreon.com/notanother shooting show.